Hi, it's Jimingan here. In front of you is a factorial calculator code, and I've explained it for you in an easier way. The factorial calculator will be using to find the factorial from the integer that user has input. So in the first line, we always need to grab some header file, which we would be using for the whole project. And for this project, we would be using stdio.h, which is a header file for input and output, like operation of printf as output and scanf as input. Next, to calculate a factorial of an integer number, we need to make a function for the program to run behind. In this project, the function is called factorial, and it has a variable of int, meaning its return will only be an integer. Now in this function, it takes a parameter which is integer n. The parameter n is the integer which we command the calculator to calculate the factorial. Now we have another variable called fact, which hold the result in this function, and we initialize it with 1. The next row is a for loop, which has a variable I. The user enter integer 3. The variable I initialized to 1 and the loop is evaluated. Since the variable I is less than variable n is true, the body of for loop is executed and the value of fact will be multiplied with I. Then the updated statement I++ is executed and variable I will equal to 2. Again, the test expression is evaluated. Since 2 is less than 3, the body of for loop is executed. Now, fact with equal to 2. The process goes on and the multiple is calculated until the I is larger than 3. When variable I larger than 3, the loop is now terminated. Then the value of fact will be stored in variable fact. Next, in the main function of the coding, we have two variables, num and result. Variable num will hold the input from user, and variable result will hold the result of factorial calculation. The function starts with initializing num and using printf to output a sentence for user to give a number, followed by scanf to input the number into variable num. The selection in this project shows in the if-else statement. If the input of variable num is less than 0, an output of printf will shown to remind user to give a positive integer. Else, the variable num will run in the function factorial, and the output will equal to the variable called result. Finally, a statement with user input and result from factorial function will shown. Everything will return to their initializing value. That's how the factorial calculator runs. Thank you.